Hi everyone, it's Wendy. Welcome back to the channel. I thought today it would be fun to play with guess checks again. I have all of these left in my little pad. I don't have any others. So I thought we'll play with guess checks and we'll play with some things that are in my scrap box. So this is kind of a stash buster. And I've got these pieces of cardstock that I have available. I thought I could make pockets on my guest checks. And then I have these pieces of coffee stain paper. These were back when I used to put in a lot of my journals some images in the blank pages, the coffee stain pages that were images for, it's a little mouse there, that I just thought I enjoyed to have in the books. And since then, of course, my LaserJet has gone kaput, and I still have some of these pages left, and I thought these might be fun as kind of the focal image on the back of the guest check. So, with that in mind, let's just get making. So thank you all for coming again and joining me, and I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I think there's more than one there based on the way that was coming off. Okay, we'll start with that and we'll go from there. I am enjoying using the guest checks. I think they make a great spot for journaling on the back of the page. So, what do I want to use? I think I want to use my cutter. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Let me move that out of the way. And I apologize for the shadows. We're having another rainy day here today. But hey, the rain is good for us, right? So this is just shy of 3.5. So if I cut these 3.5, and then I won't worry about, we'll cut the bottoms off as we go. So I'm just going to cut a bunch of these images first, and then we'll kind of do it in mass as much as we can. Did I say it was just shy of 3.5? My gosh, Wendy. Yeah, just shy of 3.5. Okay. Bring that in. I'm going to cut that there. And I'm just going to go like so. Let's just double check. I think that's about right. So we'll cut that and hope we haven't cut too much. And let me just double check. Yeah, it's a little bit more than I needed, but that's okay. It's easier to cut things off than it is to add to it. And of course, these papers I will use for other things. So I apologize for the noise. So I don't know, I might be able to get most of this image in. That would be kind of cool. So we'll do that. And just shy of 3.5. No, we're not going to get it all in, but that's okay. We're not going to get all the words in, that's for sure. So we've got that. Shall we do 3? Oh, I want to do this squirrel. Of course I do. You guys know how I love squirrels. Even though they don't always love us. Yeah, we've had squirrel issues before at the cottage, but no worries. We seem to have them in check. Fingers crossed. Okay. So, should we do 3 or should we do 4? Let's do 4. What the heck? There was a beautiful bird here somewhere that I wanted to try. Yeah. Isn't that stunning? He's a handsome fellow. So, we'll cut here, and we'll cut about there, I think, and we'll take it from there. Okay, all right. So move that out of the way. I probably will need that again. And then we'll just go from there. So I think I've got 4. Set that aside. And this is the back of our guest check. I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to put this on the entire page of it. So we'll set that like so, and we'll get our glue and go from there. So yeah, and I'm thinking we might put pockets on using that scrapbook paper, but we'll see. I'm just going over that perforated part of the guest check with a little bit more glue, just to make sure it's going to be nice and covered. So we're just going to set this at the top like so. I actually think that worked out fairly well. Like that. If you wanted more writing space, you could put it up like that on the back side. Let's do that. This is just going to be and that's going to just cover up some of those numbers, which I think are really fun. But because this is going to be the writing side, why not fold it up? So there's one. That could be a journal card or tag just on its own. Sorry, just going to trim here. Okay, leave that. And then we've got this, and I do want it towards the top. So I'm just going to go, you know what I could do? We could have a top tuck if we put anything on it. So we are going to put the whole image on because it's such a beautiful image. And my glue was still acting up. I had cleaned it and it was working really well for me for a little while. But I've been in journal production, so that's probably the problem. So we get our glue down. So I hope you guys are well. We're doing well. Oops. I don't think I have any new fun grandchildren's stories. I mean, they do keep me very happy and busy, those guys, I have to say. Oh, that's lovely. I am going to cut this one off because I don't think I want to cover where it says guest check. Look how pretty that is. That worked out really, really well. These were images that I found because I'm anticipating being asked. Images that I have found on public domain images. So you want to be careful that you are using things that are not copyright protected. I'm not an expert on copyright, but if I think at any time that something might have a copyright protection on it, there are so many other wonderful images and there's so many wonderful digitals to use. I don't do anything. I don't want to do anything that's going to cause anyone grief, because as an artist, I absolutely understand not wanting someone else to use my images without my permission. So we're going to put this cute squirrel on here, like so. And we could fold it up. Just because I don't want a straight edge. I'll just put some glue on there. Like that. So for us to write on, we've got ourselves a cute squirrel. And then this last one. Now, let's just see, is my glue going to... Nope, it's not going to behave. I think think I had soaked it in the sink. Well, actually, I had a cup of very hot water, and I put the nozzle in the cup and covered my glue bottle with a little bit of plastic. It was actually a sandwich bag, and let it soak overnight. Wow, that's really unhappy. So it makes for a less pleasant, it's not unpleasant, but it's less pleasant than when it works, that's for sure. Okay, so let's set this on here. Like so, perfect. Excellent, and we will fold that up. Give it a little tear. And we will do some gluing. And you could, yes, definitely use your glue stick for any of this. This is just me using what I have to hand, and I can see that this is a little bit wider. And I'm just going to cut down the side of the gas check. And there we are. Okay, so we have a few. These two lend themselves very nicely to putting on a little pocket, I think. What do I have? This is some really beautiful paper from Jen at Jen Bishop at Dreams, Etc. I think that might be kind of fun. Let's just double check. I think I'm going to use this side. So I'm going to go to 3.5, knowing that that's wider than I need it to be. And I'm going to cut off a little bit because I don't want it to be quite that high. So I think I'll go to 3 on this one. And we'll probably do a little bit different on each. Just pull that out of the way. So, okay, it's not far off. Yeah, I want to put a little divot in that. I'm going to use my, since it's off to one side a little bit, I'm going to just not quite center it. I'm going to guess. And I'm going to put my glue down one side and just about only like a 1/16 of an inch off on that side, because I know that's a little bit wider than I need it to be. And of course, if you are an inker, then absolutely this would be the time to ink. So that is our guest check pocket tag. Isn't that cute? Like very, very simple, just using up some stuff I had that might otherwise not have gotten used at all. Let's choose something a little different this time. I like this. I think this is 49 in market paper. And I'm just going to, I like this edge. And again, I'm going to go at 3.5. Recognizing, well, I'm going to go just inside 3.5 because I'm going to risk it. What do you say? Shall we do it? It's a little higher. I'm going to make this quite a narrow one. Let's just go to 2 because I want it, we'll save these, I want it to not take up a whole lot of that image. That worked out really well. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to center this and put a little notch in it. There it goes. It came flying at me. And wow, can you hear that wind? I bet you can. some glue on there. And then I'm going to just take this and set it up like that. And glue it like so. Very happy with that. Okay, now, do we want to put anything on this? I think I want to leave this one as a tag. This one I'm okay with putting a pocket on. I think maybe we'll use this one. This is from a Tim Holtz pack. And just inside 3.5. Move that to the side, and I don't want it to be a super long. That's the up side, so we're going to go like this, 2 1/4. This time, why not? So we'll get to 2 1/4, and I will put my little snip in here. There we go. And I'm just going to try and clear this nozzle again. Yeah, so soaking it did help, but it needs another soak. It doesn't owe me anything. I use these an awful lot. So then I'm going to set that down in here. Okay, nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so now I've got 4 of these. I mean, we could put a little, I'm going to just take this and let's see, just thinking as I go, do I want to use something different? Let's use something different. Oh, that's so pretty. That is so, so pretty. Okay. So I want this to be just inside, because I think I do want it to be the width. And then I'm going to cut it quite narrow, like so. We'll use these for other things down the road. And my thought is, it could go as wide as that, but I want to just kind of tear it, and I want to see the white that I'm tearing off. And just set that like at the top, like that, and so it could be a tuck spot. Okay. If we wanted to tuck a little something in there, that might be kind of fun. Gosh, that's pretty. That's from Jen Bishop as well. That paper, that cardstock. And it is super firm. So why not? We'll set something up there. I'm just thinking, do I have some little tags sitting around to just show you how I would use this? Okay, I have a few. So you put a little tag here. I have some here. This is a little bit different. These were all dollar store tags. So I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm going to try and tie a knot here. This one is not cooperating. So I just set a little knot down there, and then a little knot farther up. This I know from experience with this particular cord. It just frays like nobody's business. So we'll set that in there. Of course, we can decorate it too. I have a couple more. Set this one. We'll do this one again. How are we for time? Oh, we're good. Okay, we've still got time to do a little zhuzh in it if we want. We may not want to. And just cut that there, like that. Set that in with our little squirrel. Okay, so, and then this guy would have one without a cord in it. Let's just take the cord out of this little one that I have here. seems to be the last of my tags. And so this one would have to go like up in here like that. So do want to cover our hawk. All right, so you get the concept. And then it's a matter of, do we want to add anything? This one's got quite a bit here, and I remember, was it here or was it here? I think it was here in this other book. I have this beautiful image from Rachel, and I think I want to use that. I'm just going to hold it here because I know I don't want any glue on that part. So we're going to get the glue on, and hopefully this will come together. Like so. Okay. And we'll set that on like that. Such a pretty image in the background. It blends a little, and I really like that. Okay, I'm gonna just put a little bit more glue right back here where it's going to hit the card, and then I'm going to cut this off. So these, you could glue them in if you wanted. If you wanted to be able to write on the back, then I would just clip them in to a journal. So we've got that. I think what I need to be looking for here is using some labels. Sorry, here we go. I'm going to grab some pretty labels from, these are Tracy labels. I think that would look beautiful there. I love these. These are like my favorites. Set that floral there. And then we want something, ooh, maybe this cute little one for right there. Okay. That's going to happen. Actually, we could put a label on here too. I think I would be more inclined to use a different type of label. Love those little portraits too. Do I have this? Oops. No, I don't want that. Oh, these are some of Rachel's labels. That one's not bad. I don't know why ovals inside squares just kind of flummox me for some reason. So, oh, something like, okay, one of those. We don't want to spend 3 days doing that part, do we? Okay. So this one just begs to be put here because there's a bit of a bare spot there, and that's just, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. And of course we'll put something on the tags, whether or not, I won't do that today, or we'll leave it blank. It's also a great spot for someone to do some journaling as well. We'll put a little tiny picture. Wouldn't that be neat? I think that would be really neat. Put the glue there. Got these flowers here, so I'm going to set it on this side. And make sure it's straight. And then here, I've got these two. I could put that there. I like it. Or I could put this one here. I think I'll go with that one. I'm going to set that back on here, only because it doesn't take up as much space. And make sure I don't have it upside down because that's happened before. Okay, so the next thing I will do is grab my corner rounder, and I think I want to start at, let's try 1/4 inch. And I know from having done this before, the 1/4 inch doesn't take away from the guest check side of things in the back. I really like those. These are a lovely size too. And what a great way to use your stash. If you have some stashed LaserJet images like I do, then I see a lot more of these in my future. I really like this one with it at the top. I think that's really kind of fun as well. And because it's coffee stained paper, you can absolutely write on that too if you wanted. So here we go. We've got this one, very cute. You could put more on the pocket if you want. This one, I love that guy. Isn't that cute? You could put some washi on there too if you wanted. And our little squirrel, a little flower. Love that. And then this. So we've used some Tracy Fox, beautiful labels. We've used a bit of Rachel and her label. And we've used some Jen Bishop extra pieces of cardstock that I had lying around. So there you are. Let me just put them all next to each other so you can see. And that's it. That's what we've done today. And it didn't take too long. And thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you all again next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.